Southern Ute, which is located in the Four Corners.
Southern Cheyenne and the Pawnee Nation.
Kota Sioux, South Dakota, Pine Ridge.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Mercer County.
My family is from Wagmatcook, First Nation, Cape Breton, Nova Scotia.
I'm from the Oglala Sioux tribe, a enrolled member of the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation.
I'm part of the Micmac tribe.
Micmac Nation.
Well, I grew up on the Tonawanda Seneca Reservation in upstate New York, and I'm an Iroquois person. Well, being here so long, you know, we freeze in the winter. We can't have long events in the cold weather because our windows are in such bad shape that it's about 50 degrees at the highest in the middle of the winter. And we have difficulty even with snow removal and, you know, a number of things that have made it difficult for us to be a real community.
And, you know, we were able to keep the building itself for 100 years, you know, and we're just trying to get funding for the Indian Center so that way our children and children, you know, can learn.
Our people are dispersed all throughout the Commonwealth. But this is the beacon. This has been the beacon for many, many, many years. We were incorporated in 1970, October 20th, 1970, and I remember that because it's my mom's birthday. Prior to that, because there were no neighborhoods and no Indian centers around, it often felt like you were a little isolated and a little different, never feeling quite like you belonged anywhere.
You're invisible, I feel like. You don't really see Native Americans around. I don't think anyways. You wouldn't be able to point me out as Native American. I get questioned a lot about being Puerto Rican or Spanish.
We live in a society that kind of historicizes Native peoples and thinks of them as something in the past.
I was very afraid. I mean, my mother had to go on the bus with me a few times before I got used to, you know, traveling coming from a rural area and going into a big city. It's kind of scary at first. And so going to NAICOB really helped out a lot. I felt more at ease. They came from areas where they worked in the woods, they worked in fishing, they worked in farming, and none of that is available in the city of Boston. So we had to retrain a lot of people. I remember when we had our first people going to college, and now I have to turn people away because I don't have enough funding to help them all.
Unfortunately, I was taken away from my mother, so we have a very big family, and you know, actually I grew up in an Irish home, wonderful parents, and one thing I've noticed is being in that situation, I lost my heritage. And so when the Indian Center was here and I learned about it, I learned about my culture.
I guess that's a big reason that we have this Indian Center here, because this is a place where Indian people can come, feel comfortable, celebrate. We celebrate everything. We used to, in the early days, we used to celebrate people getting their GEDs. Now we celebrate PhDs. So I think we've come a long way.
It's a great place. It really is. They help with education. They help with everything.
I've been at the center for 30 plus years, and I've enjoyed all my time here. And I've worked with hundreds of young and older Native American people and helped them find employment and to receive training so that they could find employment, and help them to maintain that employment, and also work with some of the youth so that they could step into employment when they're ready. We have a number of college students that we work with, presently about 33, and we assist them financially, not a great deal, but as much as we can with textbooks and work that they do and the things that they need. And of course, we try to encourage everyone to find work and to do what's best for themselves and their families.
I assist students as well as teach computer classes, do some tutoring, and also help individuals looking for employment with resume writing, online employment searches, and writing cover letters and different things like that.
I taught these children how to understand the drum, and well, some was, they were all different sizes. Taught them everything about the drum, about songs and what they mean and so on,
We have to be here. Indians are still coming here. When we just finished off our program recently, the grandparent program, we found so many people that needed our help. Particularly when you're talking about, say for example, Indian child welfare. If you have a custody issue, a lot of attorneys don't even know what that means. ICWA. What does that mean for an Indian? Any Indian, but especially a federally recognized Indian, and the Indian Child Welfare Act, and its ability to save children from just being sent anywhere and keeping them in the families and keeping them. And if that doesn't work, if you can't keep them in the family, you can at the very, very least make sure they're in that same circle, that same tribal circle of people from whence they come.
What brought you to be involved in the raising of your grandchildren?
Because of substance abuse with the parents. And I think that's, for a lot of families, that's been an issue.
But this center represents the heart of Indian people. This is the most exciting thing I think happened to me when I was very young and first walked through these doors. Part of that was being able to see all these Indians, all these skins, brown skin and drumming and long hair, and not afraid to speak your language or be who you are.
It's hard to express what one indigenous person feels for another indigenous person. It's just the social, the community, any activities that involves with the indigenous, regardless of what area, culture-wise, or tribes, or region.
One of the issues, not the only issue, but a big issue, were the windows in the gym. And since this building is over 100, 120 years old, and those are the original windows, very, very expensive to repair. I had one quote of about $150,000 just for the gym windows. We couldn't come up with that money. We were trying to get some money from IHS, but that did not work. And it has affected our funding. For example, Head Start. We can't put Head Start in the building unless it's healthy and safe. And we don't want our standards to be any lower than anybody else, because we want our people and our children safe too. So I'm excited about this Kickstart. I'm really, really excited, because this could be our saving grace.
NAICOB does really important work in the community and has been part of the Boston community for, like 40 years. And has really given a lot to the community.
NAICOB is a huge building, and I don't believe there was an empty office at that time.
This building was so busy that you couldn't find space, you know, to have a little office. And now, unfortunately, with too many government cutbacks and lack of funding, we've had to cut back a number of programs. Our youth are suffering in that we can't offer them very much. We do what we can, but financially it's a difficult problem. And our building is old. Our building is cold in the winter and it's hot in the summer, but it's still our home.
They used to do a lot of trade fairs.
There's just so many things that they offered here, you know, at that time. And, you know, since the financial problems that happened, it's kind of been a little slow, just because there's no funding for things, you know.
They had a daycare center, Head Start, they had employment and training.
That I'd like to come here like after school and be able to get together with other like Native American kids my age. And that's a big problem for Native Americans if this place closes, because then where's the next generation going to go? Who's going to help the next generation or their generation and their kids? Who's going to show them this is what we used to do back then? This is the tradition. We're going to keep carrying the tradition on.
Hey, hi, hey, oh, hey, hi, hey, oh, hey.
Native people are very much clan and reservation oriented. And, you know, well, as a Turtle Clan member, it's not just your own family, but your own extended family, cousins and aunts and uncles and grandparents. And so for Native people who come to an urban setting, and you have to remember about 75% of Natives now live in urban settings. And you need that connection to family. And I think that's what the center brings to most of our people. I mean, we might not be the same tribes because we serve about people from at least 40 different tribes within my program. And all of those people find a home here, whether they're different tribes. There's just a closeness and something that we all share, yeah, our common heritage.
We want to survive, and this is one way of helping us to do that, to carry on our mission, to always be here for the next 7 generations and beyond.
Hey, 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 oh, hey, 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 oh, hey, 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 oh, hey, when I close my eyes at night, I can feel your spirit here with me, even though I'm far away. I'll never be lonely. Hey, oh.